Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a quick energy check-in, a weekly check-in for the sign of Virgo. Just doing the intention is the 13th of October through the 17th of October. So let's see what this week upcoming has for the sign of Virgo. I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot cards, and I am following up with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And then I have Oracle cards, Gabrielle Bernstein's Spirit Junkie. So Virgo can be your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, Mars, anywhere in your birth chart that you notice Virgo exists. This reading might suit you, fit you, fall into line. I'm intending that this just be, a quick little check-in, a preview, almost like before you decide you're going to watch the movie, you get yourself a little preview and see if it's something you're interested in. So if this reading fits, please remember, just take what suits you, leave what doesn't. It's never recommended that you make any life decisions based off of a tarot reading, that's for sure. Just let tarot readings be tools in your toolkit, to assist you making a decision. For the sign of Virgo, starting off with Four of Cups. This is reevaluation. This is you sitting by the tree with a not very excited look on your face, staring out at the three cups, and cups are our emotions. You're staring out at those three cups, and you're noticing what they hold, and you're just not impressed. You're not really feeling the feelings that you should be feeling about cups, emotions. You are an earth sign. You are a very grounded, strong, by the book sort of individual, and you're just not impressed. Very unimpressed, actually, even though the hand of the divine itself has swooped down from the heavens and is holding another cup for you right in front of you. You're not feeling it. So something this week is just really not grabbing you and getting you excited. You're not really feeling, at least it doesn't appear that way. You're not really feeling the vibes. Four of Cups is the moon in Cancer. Let's see. And we have Eight of Cups, more water energy headed your way, Virgo. And this is in the realm of what no longer serves you, you're going to turn your back and walk away from. These 8 cups are standing there full as the day is long, but you have turned your back and are going to walk away from what no longer serves you. Not only are you unimpressed emotionally, but you've reached a point inside of yourself where I'm actually done with this. This whole situation has turned me off emotionally so strongly that I'm actually ready to walk away from all of it. What else do we have for Virgo? What other pieces of information can we add to this beginning reading here? For Virgo, we've got the star energy. So right in the center of your top row, we have star energy, major arcana for the sign of Aquarius. This is Virgo, your hopes and your dreams have been heard. Your dreams are going to come true. Those wishes upon every star you've ever wished upon, they are being responded to by the angelic realm. And that can be heaven, God, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you look to as your deity, as your source of benevolence, the hands of the divine, the eyes of the divine, the heart of the divine have looked upon you favorably. So this resignation and walking away from seems to be falling right in line with what is for you. There obviously is something better for you. Let's find out what is happening in this week going on. Just this weekly check-in, and it seems very powerful so far. It seems very almost meant to be. There seems to be this divine timing at hand for you, Virgo. What else can we tell Virgo about this week? We have Queen of Cups, more confirmation of water energy. This is the feminine version of the royalty suit of cups, the emotions. This Queen of Cups is psychic, intuitive, um, very tuned in, tapped in, turned on to those frequencies that seem to go under the surface, really not everyone is aware of everything, but this Queen of Cups is very savvy, always reading the room, always feeling the vibes, always picking up on those notes that people think that they've hidden from the world. But the Queen of Cups is very astute and picks up on those subtleties. And the Queen of Cups is very assured of her emotions. There is no sex in tarot. This is just the feminine qualities of the royalty suit of cups. So the Queen of Cups is very self-assured and very careful with who she gives her cup to. She's nurturing, loving, and I'm just going to say it like this. It's mama energy. It's motherly. It is wrapping the arms around those that she loves, protecting them, guarding them, guiding them, and being very careful with her chalice. Her gold cup is precious to her. She doesn't give it away willy-nilly to everybody that comes along. That golden cup of the Queen of Cups is very delicately deployed. It is something she receives love and gives love carefully. You deserve to be in her circle. Her circle, I believe, is very carefully chosen. So very, very emotional, yet protected and looked over and looked out for by the star energy, that angelic realm that is watching out for the sign of Virgo. So I think that you're very in tune with what's going on this week. I think you're very in check with your emotions. I think you are a bit unimpressed with the emotional situation at hand, and I think you're ready to walk away. You've been really in your head. We've got another 8. This is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords really does prove you've been in your head for far too long about this scenario. You have put yourself into a prison of your own doing by all of the thoughts that you've been thinking. I do want to remind you that you're not stuck there. Your thoughts can be undone as far as you can choose to stop thinking them. This person, they're tied up, their eyes are blocked, their arms are blocked, but their feet are not. So you can leave this rally of thoughts that you've got going on. You do not have to stay stuck in these thinking thoughts. And very similar to the 8 of Cups, walking away from the emotions that you're no longer interested in being entrapped within. Same thing with your thoughts. You can choose to walk away from the thoughts that no longer serve you. At the bottom of the deck, we have another 4, this time in the form of a 4 of Pentacles, which just shows very clearly that you are a bit blocked off. You're being very frugal with your time, your effort, your attention to whatever it is that's going on this week. I think you feel a bit tied up mentally. I think you feel a bit done emotionally. I think you do know that at the end of the day, you will be blessed by this angelic protection that has their eyes, ears, and arms around you. But I think you really truly are very similar to 4 of Cups. I think you're unimpressed with what's being offered. So this investment that you are, if this is your job, this investment that you make in your workplace, You are not thrilled with the return on the investment. So far, you put in hard work, diligent effort, you show up every day, you don't call in sick, you're there, you do your job really well, yet there's chaos emotionally that you're not impressed with. There's too much time spent in your head thinking about all the different things that are going on, all of the different swords that are in the pile. I think that you have chosen to pull your energy back, and you've chosen to just sit and observe. I think the Four of Pentacles is not going to spend their time, effort, and energy anymore, nor are they going to receive anything anymore. So I'm not interested in the emotional aspect of this scenario, nor am I interested in investing any more of my precious mental energy or my time or my effort. That's really what this is strongly saying. If this is a family dynamic, I believe it can very much apply in that same aspect. You're not impressed. You will walk away from this non-fulfilling emotional bullcrap, and you're done spending so much time being stuck in your brain. You're this precious, loving Queen of Cups. You have star energy all around you, yet it's being wasted on this current situation, on this current environment. What are you doing? I think that's what you might be asking yourself. What am I doing here? This just seems like a waste of my time. What is the Four of Cups here for? The Two of Wands, you aren't impressed. What you're not impressed with is the wand that stands untouched. That's your comfort zone. This situation, albeit screwed up, if it's work, if it's a specific family dynamic, it seems just a little askew. Something seems off. I'm not sure. This is a collective general reading. I'm not able to hone in on everybody's specific thing, but something seems really off. And I think that's what the wand that is untouched represents. The off situation that's not, it doesn't have you anymore. You're starting to pull away, detach, remove yourself from the environment. That is what this untouched wand is. But you have your hand on another wand right now. You're looking out into the future. You're looking into other jobs. You're applying for other jobs. You're looking out into other opportunities. You're really not, if this is you looking outside, maybe your family situation, your romantic situation, maybe you're deciding to put yourself out back on dating websites. Maybe you're deciding that this scenario that you've been dealing with is very unfulfilling, and you can see that there's a lot of mess, and you're just not interested in involving yourself in it anymore. You're ready to go out there and pursue other opportunities. What about the Eight of Cups? Why is the Eight of Cups here for Virgo? What are they turning their back and walking away from? What's going on? I just had a jumper turn itself. So I'm grabbing that. This is the Seven of Wands. Very clear. The reason that you're turning your back and walking away is because your boundaries won't allow you to invest in this crap. I'm sorry. This is so strong. Whatever it is that's been going on in your life, Virgo, you're so done with it. And your boundaries are now very firmly in place. I'm not going to talk about A, B, and C anymore. I'm not going to think about A, B, and C anymore. All this Eight of Swords baloney up here. Your boundaries, Seven of Wands, they're very clear at this point. You understand that you thought maybe you could make a change in this environment, your work, your family, your romantic relationship. You thought you could make a change, but you realize that you can't. And so you've got your boundaries up firm and steadfast. Why is the star here for Virgo? This beautiful star energy, this protected, loved, your wishes, your hopes, and your dreams, they've not gone unseen. You are being watched out for, looked out for, but I think that you have gotten all the signs this scenario is not for you any longer. And that is because justice is here. And justice is the scales of justice. Justice is the legal system. Justice is HR. Justice is the bigger hand at play in whatever situation it is you're dealing with. If this is your family, if this is your romantic relationship, if this is your work scenario, justice is the highest hand at play in any of those situations. Justice comes out to say, Virgo, I see you. I see what you've been spending all this time thinking about and ruminating over in your heart. I see you. The scales will be balanced, and I believe that it's going to work out in your favor as far as the way that things have been going. If there's been a lot of unhealthy, abusive, manipulative behavior, I think that situation will be coming to an abrupt end. I think, again, remember, you do have this protective, angelic, heavenly star over and above all else, and the hands of justice showing up right underneath to say, Virgo, you will be protected. You will be watched out for. You are going to be okay. What is this Queen of Cups here for? I think that, Virgo, your heart has been in a protected place for quite a while, and that's also evidenced by Four of Pentacles, keeping that coin blocking your heart chakra, meaning you would much rather spend money than spend energy from your heart space, especially with whatever's been going on. I don't think you've felt very safe being your emotional self. And we have the Wheel of Fortune showing up right underneath the Queen of Cups to really say that karma is at hand. Not only justice, but karma. The karmic wheel is always turning. And every time we choose to react versus respond, I believe that this wheel, it gets to turning. This is turning in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune says that the hand of karma is going to protect you, is going to guide you. This next cycle of karmic journey that you will be stepping onto, I think you've done your very best to maintain your composure, to keep yourself in the upright, in the justice perspective. And I think that as you start a new karmic cycle, that will go favorably for you, because I think you've maintained yourself very well in whatever it is that's been going on. And what about the Eight of Swords? Why is that? It's the analysis paralysis. And why has that been a part of Virgo's life? And what's going on this week, especially, that brings that Eight of Swords to the forefront? Eight of Swords is showing up because this does have to do with a work scenario. This is you being the master of your craft. This is you going to work every day, putting your wholehearted love, effort, energy, all of that investment, getting up early, getting yourself to your job on time, sitting down, working hard, 8 hours every day, 5 days a week. You just do what needs to be done. That has given you a great deal of anxiety because of whatever baloney has been going on at your workplace. But you have steadfastly maintained your good work ethic regardless. And if the first Eight of Cups wasn't enough, we have a second Eight of Cups showing up at the bottom of the deck, shining that effervescent light on this might be the week that you completely release what it is that you cannot change, alter, or fix. I think that recognition, I can't fix this. I can't fix what I didn't break. And therefore, emotionally, even if it's not physically yet, emotionally, you have turned your back on the crap. And I think that you are packing up your stuff, even if it is just emotionally, to protect that sweet heart of yours. And you've pulled out. And you are turning and you are headed out. Like I said, even if it's not physically, emotionally, you're done. Virgo, I would really love to hear, if you're comfortable sharing, what this information might be telling you or foreshadowing for you, if at all. If it's not your reading, remember, please do not make it fit. But if you wouldn't mind liking, following, subscribing, reposting, sharing, I appreciate any interaction that you can have with the channel. It just helps me to grow, and it helps me to know what you need and don't need. And so thank you so much. I do have a final card to give you, which is from the Gabrielle Bernstein Spirit Junkie Oracle cards for the sign of Virgo. Let's see if we can pull out one card to give some confirmation, sealing your reading for you. And we have, I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. And I don't think that defenseless means that you're helpless. I think it just means you're not interested in fighting. You're not interested in proving your point, proving your worth. You know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know that your boundaries are clear and intact. You've done everything by the book in this situation. You're done overthinking. You're protecting your time, effort, and energy, but emotionally, you're done and you're walking away. Virgo, I thank you so much for your time, your effort, your energy, your attention. Thank you for being here, and I wish you the very best. Namaste.